Welcome, Sally, to Women in Business exclusive interview. And I'm looking forward to having a conversation with you today, just to find out more about you and your business and who you help, and then how we can help you. So, what is the message that everybody needs to know today? So, Sally, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Thank you, Susie, for having me. My name is Sally, and I'm originally from Egypt, and my business is coaching for balance. I'd love to call myself the mom's coach. I help moms reconnect with themselves, reclaim their identity, and find the missing piece in life just to be happier and more fulfilled beyond motherhood,
Mhm.
and above all, look after themselves and their own well-being. And I do that through my coaching program, one to one. At the moment, coaching program where we focused around the mom's life, where they are now, and we focus a lot around the mindset, their beliefs, their confidence, their thoughts, actions, all of it, and ultimately where they want to get to in for themselves, in their relationships with others, as a mom, as a woman, to thrive fully.
I remember listening to Sarah Davis, and she was talking about mum's guilt. So I've never been blessed to be a mum. I just got fur babies. But is it such a thing about mum's guilt? We're going straight in there. Let's talk about that.
Such a thing for me in the past, few years ago, but I'd love to think now that it's just a terrible myth that we've been given from generations, societal expectations, because I don't see guilt now as the feeling we feel as moms shouldn't be labeled as guilt. We haven't hurt someone
Mm.
to use the term guilt. But if you're doing something for yourself and you feel guilty for it, that word should be swapped with something else.
And
Because we look
what would you swap it with?
self-compassion,
Mm.
um, grace, self-love, modeling to the children. I love using modeling because it gives
Okay.
me personally a step back to reflect on the good or the not so good negative behaviors or thoughts. Whatever I'm modeling, I'm showing my kids, and they this is how they were going to treat themselves. And I shared in one of the meetings with you, Susie, before that the children will not remember how you treat them. They will remember how you treat themselves, and ultimately they will treat themselves the same way. So the through the coaching, we I really focus on reframing all the expectations and myths that we have been passed down from generations and society.
Do you know what? That's so true because I don't know where it all comes from. You all of a sudden you might fit into that role of the mother, and you think all these amazing things that need to happen. And I love the way you did that reframing, modeling, because it is people, children don't do what you say, they do what you do, don't you? All that I can't say the word, subliminal messaging that you're giving to your children that it's okay to put yourself last. Because that's what we do, don't we, as women? We'll look at our family, we'll look at our business, and then go, oh, there's no time for me, and become a martyr or something like that. So yeah, I love the way. So that's a good um, tip for everybody about modeling. How are you modeling to your children? I love it.
I would say my daughter has been one of the main reasons I started the self-development work on myself
Mhm.
because I could see how she's using my exact words with her brother, how she was has become a people pleaser in her behavior and actions towards her friends as she was approaching the final year in her primary school. And I thought that's not a good behavior. I just don't want the cycle to be repeating itself. So I had to take action and change because you do that, mommy. You say
Okay.
that, mommy.
Do you know what? Women will never, unless you're really into personal development, like I love personal development, but we usually don't spend money on ourselves, do we? We'll spend it on other people for our children, partners,
Yeah.
for them. And I've just had a thought now. How the reason why you did your personal development because you could see how your actions were impacting your family.
One of the reasons.
One of the reasons, but that's massive.
Yeah, definitely.
Massive.
My reason was I wasn't happy with myself.
Mhm,
I was stressed and would snap quickly. I didn't have patience because I just wasn't happy. Yes, I was blessed with kids, a loving husband, a loving family, great house, everything. I couldn't complain, but there was still something missing, and it was in finding myself,
mm,
finding something that I could say this is my passion. That my previous jobs were within the family businesses, but I would have never, I would have never chosen them as my first choice.
mhm.
It was either filling a gap in my maternity leave or a gap in a service that needs to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
So definitely finding myself, finding my passion and what makes me happy, what makes me proud as well of myself. It started by wanting to make my father mainly proud of me,
Mhm.
but I realized down along the line it was actually I wanted to feel proud of myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've just written down now because when you're talking to women about how you can help them find themselves, I think one of your niches could definitely be are you a woman working in a family business?
Mm.
Because that will hit home to how many people because you've just gone straight through to that person because you understand how they feel. If you want to be
Yeah,
there, that's brilliant. But sometimes are they there because of just convenience? Like you say, just filled a convenience slot and you want to find out.
convenience,
Yeah,
people pleasing as well. You can't say no to the family requests. There is also one of the beliefs that I had I could never succeed on my own,
right.
and I proved myself wrong.
I love it. Prove yourself wrong. I love that. Which member you're a part of my online group, my Roddick group, and do you want to tell me why that is? Where do you live?
I live in Brighton, southeast of England. And when I first started looking to networking opportunities, there was nothing in Brighton that I found accessible that I could find anyway. And then I started finding few that were both for women, men and women. I thought, okay, let me try. And I didn't find that I'm getting much value, much connections because one of the meetings would be about 200 people in the room.
Wow.
That was my first ever, and I was proud of myself going there. It was an early start as well. I left with confidence, with pride, and that was huge. But I couldn't see myself going every month
Mhm.
or every meeting. It just didn't fill my needs, and it wasn't my cup of tea.
That is a lot of people. Wow.
A lot of people, yeah. And you didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to connect. It had a different structure
Mhm.
to it. Most of the time we were listening to talks um to news like in the business world, and it was about AI mostly, as anyone would introduce now in the new in the as a topic. But then I found out about women, not through anyone, just through researching. And yeah, I was so devastated at the beginning not finding an in-person group and not finding space in the ones available, but luckily I found you and I found Roddy.
Yay. And how long have you been a member of Wibin now?
It's come up to a year. I've joined, I visited in July
Mhm.
2024, and the month after I immediately became a member. Although I had one extra free visit pass that I could use, but I knew this is what I was looking for. After I've joined, there has been few opening up in the area southeast in person, and I thought, okay, let me try that. It was great connections, but the structure of women was different, and is
Yes.
still different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I bought into the women business, because it's kind of taken all the best bits. There's lots of networking groups out there, and you should go to all of them and explore. But what I love about women is taking all the best bits and left all the worst bit out.
Mm.
Um, so we have our monthly minute, we have a member spotlight, we have a business topic, and we have the Let's Talk business. So what are you doing now that you wouldn't be doing if it wasn't for networking with women?
I wouldn't collaborate. I wouldn't have that business mindset. I wouldn't feel supported. I wouldn't have that much confidence. Um, I remember when I started with joining Women, it was pretty much the start of launching my business. Like it was few months down the line. And I remember any talk I would do, I would write the whole script. And when I presented last week, uh, last month in at Wibin, I didn't use any of the notes.
Mhm.
And so did my talk in person as well. So the growth has been phenomenal, the support and the feedback from the members. And because we see the, I'd say 90% of the same members every month, it just makes a huge connection in referral, in connection, in feeling like it feels more of a family,
Yeah.
business family, rather than bumping into new people every month or every couple of months.
Yeah, because when you go to those other networking groups, you don't know who's going to be there, do you? And like you live in Brighton and I'm in the northwest, but geography is irrelevant. When you've got Zoom like this, geography is irrelevant, isn't it? And you're coming, and actually you're going to get on a train and you're going to come up to my Susie Summer
Or
Showing
Susie,
Life event.
just for you.
And it'd be great to see you in person. But you have come a long way. You have come a long way. Your confidence is just massively grown, because when you've got a business, it's personal development and business development. In fact, I think your personal development has to grow twice as fast. Do you not think? Um, and now you're doing a collaboration, aren't you? You've been networking locally. Are you doing a collaboration with a couple of ladies locally?
But not from the networking groups. I know them personally, and we from how much I've been visible, they thought, okay, let's get together. And in fact, they kept saying telling me, you network a lot more than us, so you go do the spread the word about the events that coming up.
How good's that? Because of the support from within, because you are being active online, people are looking at you going, "Oh my God, you look like the expert. You're a natural networker." Is it Ace?
Another thing that women helped me with so much was my pitch,
Mhm.
saying who I help, how I help. When I first started, I would again read a script that didn't quite feel right. But now I'm very happy to talk naturally about what I do, who I support. So the growing in terms of business, which I had zero knowledge about, is massive. And I would always be grateful for that chance and opportunity.
So, one of the opportunities with women is to do your member spotlight, and I really loved your member spotlight because you also go to the gym and weight train, don't you?
Yes.
And you wouldn't know that. It's not something you talk about. I mean, I share my posts online, and it was just, I think it was a story that you shared about when you first went and how you just kept going and kept going and kept going, and now you're stronger and stronger. Tell us that story if you can remember it.
I joined that gym 5 years ago. Before that, I was just going to a normal gym where use a machine or go to classes with 30 odd people. But my focus was how to be as fit as my friends who join me, who will go with me. And I felt that competition in me, comparing myself to them. I ended up with a knee injury and shoulder injury because it wasn't for me. It wasn't my what I was doing was wrong. I didn't have the guidance, the support. I was so focused on, yes, I want to fit in. And then lockdown happened and I joined this gym that I'm currently with, a much, much smaller, six in a group. But I thought I want to be consistent. My why, my vision was completely different to why I joined this gym.
Mhm.
And now I can deadlift about 1.8 times my weight.
Wow.
And according to the statistics at the gym, I'm the strongest female by ratio. And it's not about weightlifting or like how much I actually lift, but it taught me that with consistency, with the right support and right guidance, ignoring people around me. And they always say, don't look at the person next to you because they may have a different program that they're following. So
Yeah.
by focusing on me and where I want to go, I just wanted to get to being strong and live healthier longer. And again, model to my children that exercise and moving your body is crucial, is important for all benefits. So yeah, going to the gym and my workouts is one of my priorities and non-negotiables, and
Yeah.
it taught me a lot. Small steps, consistency is the
Yes,
key.
and that messaging that you had for the gym is the same messaging for your business as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's your journey. Don't compare yourself to everybody else. Small, consistent steps. Keep showing up because that 1% creates momentum.
Yeah, 1%. I always tell the moms I speak to, or women in general, not just the moms, by to reduce overwhelm and focusing on growth. It's doing one thing at a time and focusing on 1% a day, which takes you to 360% growth a year. It's more than 100%, but it's by focusing on the one thing today, not a million things for next week.
Yeah. Um. So, what's your advice to any woman out there who wants to go networking and they might be a little bit nervous?
Um, just do it because by just waiting for the right time or to be ready, you're wasting your time. You are ready by just acknowledging that you want to take a step forward. Don't stop yourself, don't self-sabotage yourself or procrastinate the next step. Find a group, any group, and if it's not right for you, you will know. But it's important to start somewhere because that courage to do something will build momentum and will lead to confidence and growth in many areas of your life.
And it's also really important to have your goal in mind, of
Mm.
what you want to get out of that visit or of why you want to join somewhere, isn't it? Because if you haven't got the goal, if you don't know what you want to try to achieve, then you won't know which is the right place for you. That's what
One
I've
fun
learned.
tip about that, yeah, is um, don't go, or I tell myself, don't go into a room, don't walk into a room with the having a sale as the end
Yeah,
goal in mind. Maybe that was the mistake that I did when I went to my first ever networking. And I wouldn't call it a mistake, it's a learning opportunity. But it's walk into a room to have connections, to learn from others, to grow, and ultimately, and everything else and sale and clients will come
yeah.
by just staying authentic and true to yourself.
Mhm. And that's so true. I remember when I first started networking, if I look back now, I cringe. Like, oh God, you could tell that you could tell the newbies and the giddy little kippers because I was that person. I didn't have a business card, but I was going, "Hi, I'm Susie. This is what I do." Do you know what I mean? I wasn't. I was so excited. I was so excited to be in business. Like I finally made that decision to leave the corporate world and start my business. I was just so excited to tell everyone, and I cringe now thinking about it. Um, but then you learn, don't you? It's just listening and making connections and observing. And then sometimes you might go to the other end of the spectrum and I forgot to tell people what I did. Do you mean I was so
Mhm.
interested in people that I forgot to tell people? I forgot to tell people what I did in my call to action. So I think you do come full circle again and go, right, okay, I'm going to go to this networking group. And I always go, what's one thing, which one new person am I going to meet today? And sometimes it's someone who I've met previously, um, but now we've met again. I've just run my National Hepburn meeting, and there was a lady on there who did Facebook ads, and she was saying that now it's 28 touch points before someone buys. I'm like, 28. But if you're really clever with your touch points, um, they can be quite quick. Do you know what I mean? So like a touch
Mhm.
point could be um, you're going, you don't have to be in the room for someone to talk about you. That's what I say about women. You tell us who you are and what you do, and then when we're going out to all the networking rooms, we'll talk about you. Um, so that could be, you might not be there. You might be at the school gate, but because you've been to some networking locally to you, some might say, "Oh, have you heard of Sally Maddy?" Do you mean that's a touch point? It's just hearing your name. Do you mean or meeting up? So yeah, so that was a
And
new.
by the
Well,
opportunities as well in the meetings that we get with the monthly minute and also the spotlight. Um, and if you're having a business topic, so we're constantly talking about ourselves, and you can change what you want to add.
mhm.
So people will know, well, from the story, from the time I had the member spotlight, the members knew me way better than before, and they can relate, they can remember my story, and it's just been an amazing opportunity. But one tip also I want to share is never feel that any meeting you go to is a waste of time. I had a friend tell me that she's been to an in-person one, and she was like, that was absolutely waste of time. And I told her actually, don't think like that, because definitely you have either made one connection or learned something from someone. So it's having the right mindset and reframing your thoughts and beliefs is huge for growth, and just having that positive mindset.
You are so ready to run your own group, Sally. Because it is,
Oh,
because
thanks, Susie.
it's that coaching and mentoring to people that are new. It's the insights that you're giving, because networking is new to everyone. I mean, if you before I went networking in corporate, most people do and they didn't like it. But really, women are networking all the time because we speak the most. Do you know what I mean? We listen the most, and you just need someone to guide them into making it work for them a little better, into reframing what it can be. Um, so thank you. What are your what are 5 words that describe women for you?
um, Support, connection, grow, growth, um, opportunity, and fun.
Love it.
We always have a laugh.
Yeah. And it's relationship building, isn't it? I love it.
Definitely, definitely.
And I'm so excited to see you at the end of June. How tall are you as well? Because when you sat down like this, you actually don't know how tall someone is. How tall are you?
I'd like to think I'm 156 centimeters.
Oh, what's that in feet? Five
Oh, I
foot.
have no idea. 5 foot,
Oh,
probably. Yeah.
right, okay. Because sometimes you meet people and they're completely different to what you think, like in height. So I'm looking forward to it. Now I let's bet a little 5 foot, 156 centimeters lady. Um, right, thank you very much. I've learned a lot more. So even this conversation, I've learned more um, about how you think. Do you know what I mean? I love the way you just reframe things. And I think any woman who's struggling while they're a mother. And is it any stage of motherhood or is it specific stage?
I would say what the stage that really hit me hard was when the kids started going to, one was at school, one was at nursery. So with young children, when you feel like you have time, maybe more, a little bit more energy, but you still feel lost.
And so there's more space and time. You don't know what to do with it.
Definitely, yeah.
Mhm.
Even going back to work, many women I speak with on maternity leave, they decide that they no longer want to go back to the same job, or they just want to create more flexibility, more freedom for their kids and their family.
Mhm.
So there is a lot of changes, and motherhood equips us with a hell lot of skills. It's just only if we look at it from that
Yeah.
lens.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sally. So, how can people reach out to you? Where are you on your socials?
I am on LinkedIn, Sally Mady, Mady 1D. I have my website coachingforbalance.co.uk, Instagram coaching dot for in letters dot balance. And I also have my Facebook group community for moms, the Flourishing Mama, where I go live every week, just to give more value on and tips on different challenges that mom face. I bring in guest speakers. We had a breathwork coach last week, just sharing a lot of tools to help regulate emotions, and many other more um, guest speakers.
Okay, thank you very much. So we'll see you soon at the June event, and we'll be posting this on LinkedIn very shortly.
Thank you.